Right, finally, a Pioneer SXT-C10PS. Need the right car for it, and I think we outdid ourselves with a BMW Z8 Alpina, of all things. So yeah, a 2003 Z8 Alpina. This is a rare car, seriously rare. I've never even seen a stock Z8 on the road. I've only ever seen them in films or TV programs, namely, obviously, The World Is Not Enough, with the great Pierce Brosnan driving it. Stunning thing. I remember seeing it and thinking, that thing's awesome. 50s styling, muscle car vibes, the lot. And then, yeah, when we had someone call up because they had an Alpina, then we were like, this is serious. We have to get this thing in. And yeah, here it is in all its brutish glory. 4.8 litre V8. This one's got an automatic gearbox, which I'm told after talking to the owner that it just makes it a bit more enjoyable to drive, because otherwise the manual just gets a bit silly, a bit wayward, and it's nice to just be able to cruise around in with all that effortless torque just waiting to be used. This is number 527 of 555 that BMW made. Odd number, don't know why they've only made that many or why they chose that, but yeah, it's rare and it's beautiful. It's absolutely stunning. It's part of a collection, so it gets to spend time down in the south of France. Imagine cruising around in this, roof down, enjoying all the lovely scenes, and obviously being able to get out and know you're in this. Stunning. But obviously, being a 2003 car, tech starts to drop off. You know, you end up getting used to your other cars maybe, or just modern amenities basically, you know, such as Bluetooth and what else we've got, obviously, CarPlays and things like that. All those modern things we get used to and you want to be able to use and enjoy in your car, no matter how special it is. And obviously the owner of this loves driving it, tries to use it as much as he can, and so he wants to do those little changes to it to make it his, and so he can enjoy it as best he can. So that's why he's come to us, because he knew we could fit the Pioneer SXT-C10PS. Like I said at the start, we've been trying to get one of these fitted for quite a while now, but we just didn't have the right car, because you can't just go stick it in anything. And actually, as you know, many modern cars have double DIN units, and this is a single DIN unit with that beautiful retro style. It's so tactile and enjoyable to use. And when we were unboxing it, once we'd got all the shots and everything, Sammy was like, "Oh yeah, we're all done now." I just carried on looking at it, and the more I looked at it, the more I want one as well. It's a stunning bit of kit. Works a real treat. Obviously, being modern as well, it's now able to kick out far better, cleaner signal to your speakers. So, you know, even though the speakers are, 2003 spec speakers, it's going to get a new lease of life. I don't think he's going to be winding it up as obviously, but at least he'll get a new lease of life from his system, and it will just make it even more enjoyable. There's plenty of features on these, obviously with the little tape deck section flap under there. You've then got your USB and your auxiliary input, and like I said, you can Bluetooth to it, you can have DAB put into it, and obviously it does FM and everything as well. So it's, yes, a cracking bit of kit, and with all the illumination, you've got all the various different lighting you can have, so you can tie it in really nicely. And normally with an older BMW, you'd have that real nice kind of orangey amber colour, but actually the clocks in this and everything are blue. So we've stuck with a nice blue colour, and obviously I'll show the owner how to change all that so you can personalise it. But it's a lovely bit of kit, and so I think we'll just jump in and have a little look, shall we? Right then, the interior of this Z8. It's gorgeous and simple, isn't it? It's beautiful. 50s, 50s styling obviously, and it's just a stunning place to be. And where's the radio? Well, much like the same age Mark 1 TT of its time, oh, it's behind that little flap. Sits in there nice and discreetly, all hidden away, but as soon as it's up, it's a really good looking bit of kit. So we'll just chuck the ignition on. Let it fire up. I'll just turn the volume down just in case. And there it is. Lovely bit of kit. Really simple to use. You've got your source button here, which cycles through obviously radio, then off to Bluetooth app you can get, then off to, so my phone is currently connected to it through the Bluetooth, and then you've got Spotify. It's able to hook up to that straight off. Then we've got aux in. Aux is just up here under the little flap, just there. We've also got a USB connection in for charging and things like that. And then away you go. This is DAB, so it's not going to be able to update the list purely because after discussing with the owner, because this didn't come with DAB, we'd then struggle to, well, we'd have to fit an aftermarket DAB antenna, which would be a screen mounted one. And because of the style of the car and things like that, we didn't feel it was overly in keeping. So we've decided to stay away from having a DAB antenna, because also, if you think about it, if you want to listen to those sorts of stations and things, invariably you can just get the app on your phone. You can then select that and then play it through the Bluetooth system, and you'll be listening to those stations anyway. So we decided, let's stay away from cluttering the screen with an on-screen DAB antenna, and obviously we don't want to be going and fitting some sort of aftermarket aerial to the body anywhere, because that would not be fun. But then obviously one thing we have had to do is run the microphone for it. Now, tricky in this, because obviously everything is either covered in leather or in painted surfaces, so you can't just go banging a microphone in wherever you want, because A, it will look horrible, B, we don't want to risk any sort of damage to anything. So very carefully and very tentatively, I explored getting the glove box out and then removed the A-pillar, and I was able to release this top bar here, and I've been able to get the microphone just tucked nice and discreetly up the top out here. Now, yes, granted, roof is currently down, and if you're barreling along and someone calls you, there might possibly be a bit of wind noise. They might struggle to hear you a little bit, but you can just slow down for a moment, have a quick chat, and then say, look, getting back to driving, and then off you go. So we kind of decided it was the best place for it, nice and discreet, nice and tucked out of the way, without causing any issues to anything else that's going on in main eyesight or anything. In terms of other features like steering wheel controls, we don't have to worry about anything like that, because these are shifting buttons, because obviously it's an automatic. So in terms of actually talking to the car, not a lot to talk to. It just kind of goes in and does its job and looks damn good doing it as well. So the risk of rambling on too much about this lovely little head unit, I think we'll kind of sign it off there. With if you've got anything that's more of a classic car and has that older style head unit, you're talking early 2000s, late 90s, and or even in 90s and 80s, you've got those older style cassette head units, and you would like to bring a new lease of life to your car, bit more modern tech, then please get in touch. These Pioneer units are cracking bits of kit, look great, really tie in nicely, and just give you that functionality that you kind of want from your car. So yeah, please get in touch, jump onto the website, fill out the contact form, come and see us, come and show us what you've got, and then we can go from there. And in the meantime, obviously keep watching all the videos, like and subscribe, all those lovely things, and we'll see you again soon, hopefully with something else just as special as this. Thanks for watching.